My name's Samantha. It is January the 20th. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning and this is the start of my weekly vlog. If you've been here before, normally what I do is I'll do one video at the end of the week. However, I also have a floss tube and I do my floss tubes in this sort of style where I just do a little bit of snippet every day and then I smoosh it all together at the end of the week and then upload it for your viewing pleasure. So we're going to try that with my yarny vlogs and see how we like that. I'm not going to do it, if you've watched my floss tube, I'm not going to do it exactly the same as that. I'm not going to be spinning a wheel for projects and things. What I do is every day I get up and I have my big planner, which has a sweary word in it, so I will cover it up and I will list all the things I want to get done for the day, and then I have like a section down here with all the things that I want to get done for the week. And obviously the dog's just started chewing on a bone. I'm really sorry if you can hear her. Lilith, do you have to? Apparently yes, she does. Right, so I'm just gonna take some little snippets of video throughout the week. I'll come on every morning and do a little video and let you know what my plans are for the day, and starting from tomorrow I'll let you know whether I've actually managed to achieve the things that I've done. We've just got back from taking the kids to school. They've been at their dad's at the weekend, so I had a nice quiet weekend with my boyfriend. It's the first full weekend that we've had where it's just been the two of us this year, so we just spent it relaxing. He's had a long week at work and we just wanted to chill out a bit, and it's still absolutely freezing outside. So yes, we just spent the weekend snuggled up, eating food, watching YouTube, watching anime, you know, like proper grown-ups. But it was nice and we're both going into the week feeling much happier, much more refreshed. So what's on the list for today? I've got a little bit of housework to do. The kitchen's a disaster because we've been cooking all weekend, so the kitchen needs a good clean. Other than that, I've got what else is on my list. I've recorded my floss tube already this morning. I want to work on my website a little bit. I need to get my Stitchy website up and running and get things moved over and listed onto there. So I'm going to be doing some website work today. I want to work on my Morticia, which is down here. So if you watched last week's podcast, I had finished the body. I've now picked up the sleeve and started doing a bit on the sleeve. Now, the sleeve on the actual pattern is a little bit different to this. I've ended up ripping this out a few times. And the sleeve on the actual pattern is like a mesh sleeve, and I had mentioned before I've decided not to bother doing a mesh sleeve. I want plain sleeves, so it's a little bit cozier. In the pattern it also has a lot of short row shaping around here, and I tried a couple of times to do it. And see, it's getting there. Oh, that's my Lowry stand. I tried a couple of times to do the short row shaping and it didn't look right. I don't know if it's because it's shaped to go with a mesh pattern. I don't know what she's whining for. She's literally just sitting on the sofa. I think it's because she dropped something and she doesn't want to get up to get it because she's lazy. Yeah, I don't know if the short row shaping is designed to go within the mesh pattern and that's why it just looked a bit weird, but I've decided just to not have the short row shaping at all. It'll be fine. And don't knock my camera. I'm just going to knit the sleeves. You just knit them straight, there's no shaping in the sleeves, and then it's just like a rapid decrease for the cuffs. And it's quite a long cuff that it's got on it, so we'll see how I get on with that. The yarn that I'm using for it is Stylecraft Recreate, which is, I don't know if I've got another one in here. Let's have a look. Yes, I do. So this one. Here we go. And it is recycled yarn. It's 40% wool, 30% acrylic, 30% polyester. the yardage on this, it's a DK weight, and it knits up perfectly fine to a DK weight, but it's 350 metres, yeah, 350 metres or 383 yards for 100 grams. I'm guessing because it's got quite a high percentage of the polyester in it, and polyester's quite light, so the yardage on it is really good. It's not like super soft, but it's, see, it's like squish. It is soft. I will have no issue wearing this next to the skin. Obviously, if you've got wool problems, then it's not going to be great, but it's not like a rough, sticky kind of wool. It frogs okay. Yeah, and it knits back okay as well. So I've got most of a ball there, and I've still got this one as well, so I should have plenty of yarn to get it finished, just because the yardage is so big. I did the entire body, and I'm roughly about size 20, UK size 20, and I only use 2 balls for the whole body, so it does go well. So I have that to work on today. I've got my bit of stitching for my floss tube, which I'll just quickly show you. I'm doing this, so I need to do some work on that. I'm doing a bit more stitching for my, I'm doing a year-long stitch along for Heaven and Earth Designs. It's a full coverage piece, so I need to do a little bit on that. I'm supposed to be doing 260 stitches on that a day. I've not been doing 260 stitches a day, which is why it's that many. So I need to get caught up on that a little bit and reduce the daily stitch count. And I wanted to try and do a little bit of diamond painting. I think I showed over Vlogmas that I had started doing a dragon diamond painting. So I had started it and then not really gone back to it because I've not had time, and the table was being taken up with various different things. So I'm going to try and get some of that done today as well. So I have a lot to do. We'll see how much of it I actually achieve. I need to go out and take the kids are at school. I need to go out and pick the kids up from school as well. I need to do that about 3 o'clock. And it's quite a nice walk, but it ends up being a sort of 45-minute round trip by the time we get the kids back in. So that ends up being like an hour and a half, 2 hours walking a day that I'm doing, which is nice, and I'm feeling a lot better for it, but it's a fair old chunk out of the day. But it's nice. We walk along the canal, and all the ducks and swans are out again this morning because everything's defrosted, and even though it is still cold, it's starting to warm up a lot compared to what it was. So yeah, I will pop back at some point during the day and let you see how I'm getting on with things, and yeah, we'll see how the whole vlogging thing goes. I'm using a different camera to the one that I normally use as well. Normally I've been on my PC and I've been using my streaming camera, so I have like a specific vlogging camera that I haven't been using, so that's what I'm going to use to do these. So yes, we'll see how we get on. Okay, I'll speak to you in a bit. Bye bye. I completely forgot I finished a shawl over the weekend. So it's a virus shawl. Obviously I have not sewn the ends in yet, but we have the 3 colours. We've got this was a cream, and it's turned out it's actually more yellow, and then the pink, and then the purple. And I've just done it until the yarn ran out. So we've got 300 grams in there. So this is going to get washed and blocked and popped up in the shop. Hello, how are you? It's Tuesday. It's the 21st of January. Oh, I forgot what month it was there. I have already recorded this once and had to scrap it because I don't know what happened, but there was lots of weird background noise. Even though there's no noise in here, I have no idea what was going on with it. So I decided to re-record. It is now 12:30. I decided to do this before going to get lunch, so I'm going to try and keep this quite short now. Oh my goodness, it's been a very hectic morning. It started off with me sleeping in. I slept through my alarm, which never happens. Normally I'm up sort of 5, 6 o'clock in the morning because I don't sleep very well. And today it was like 20 to 8 and I got woken up by the kids knocking on my bedroom door, seeing if I was okay. I was like, oh wow. Never normally sleep more than like 4, maybe 5 hours a night, and that's usually broken sleep. And last night I slept for 8 hours completely unbroken. So I don't know. I might just be going through a little bit of a tired patch. But it's kind of, you know, when you're used to getting up at a certain time every day, and now my brain's just like so fuzzy and I have no clue what's going on. So this might be a bit weird, sorry. But it has led me to, I've decided I'm going to start spinning a wheel for projects on this every day, the same way as I do on my floss tube, if you've ever watched that. I put a bunch of projects on a wheel, spin it, decide what I'm going to work on for the day. And if I'm going to stick with this format of doing little vloggy bits every day, then I'm just going to do that, because it means I don't have to think about anything at all. I have not put too many things on the wheel, and I haven't sectioned it off as such. Like for my floss tube one, I have categories, and just when I finish a project in that category, it just gets replaced with another project from that category. I'm not going to do that with this one because I tend to not crochet in categories or knit in categories. So I'll just replace, how many do I have on here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 7 projects on here right now. So yesterday, let's go over yesterday first. What did I do? Yesterday I did a little bit of my Morticia, which I'm not going to show you because I did maybe about an inch on the sleeve. It does not look much different. And I worked on these. Now, I had started these with good intentions at the start of the year, and I had done the cuff. These are the Stormseeker socks, and these are by Kelly over at Roro and Kids. I'll link her down below. And this is part of the Cozy Toes cal that she's running. She's just put up this morning the official, because it's been getting kind of discussed a little bit, but now it's official that it's going to be 1 pair of socks every 2 months instead of 1 pair of socks every month. So Kelly's a designer, and what she's doing is, and it's now every 2 months, she'll be putting up a pattern at 50% off one of her patterns, and all you have to do is finish a pair of socks. It seems like a month is not long enough for, it seems like a month is not long enough for a lot of people, myself included. So she's very, very kindly made it every 2 months. The pattern that you can get for the Stormseeker socks is going to be 50% off until the end of February. And this is, like, these ones need to be done by the end of February now. March and April will be a design that she's just released. What is it called now? Frosted something. If you go and have a look on her Instagram, then you'll see them. They're beautiful. They've got like a lacy pattern on them. She's used yarn from Little Lycac, who I'll link down below as well. She's a UK dyer, and she dyes some beautiful yarn as well. So they've done like a collaboration thing for the socks for next time. And I think you can get them at 50% off now, but I may be wrong on that. You need to go and check on Kelly's Instagram. And yeah, so that gives me a bit of extra time to do these. It's not because the pattern's difficult or that I haven't enjoyed it or anything like that. I literally haven't had time. I'm still struggling to get back into routine after the whole like Christmas thing, and the kids going back to school later, and yeah, there's just a lot of stuff going on, and I'm struggling to get back into routine. But I have a wheel now, so that will help. What else did I do yesterday? Caught up on some YouTube, watched some Game of Thrones. What else? Played some Warcraft. It's in a bit of like a lull time in Warcraft at the minute, but there's going to be some new content coming out soon, so that's all starting to filter through, so it's getting quite exciting again. So I played a bit of that. That's what I do. Me and my boyfriend play together at night times. What else have we done? I think that's been about it. Yesterday was not a super exciting day. This morning started off just with the absolute harrowing experience of Alfie putting the wrong t-shirt on for school, and because I asked him to change it, he now thinks that everybody hates him. It's like, he's not a child prone to tantrums and drama, but he's also not very good if he doesn't get enough sleep, and I don't think he slept very well last night. I was like, okay, very good, just change your t-shirt and let's go. It was fine by the time we got to school. So yeah, it just makes everything a little bit more stressful. But it'll be fine, it'll be okay. And this morning I've not really done much. I've done my floss tube, and so I've already recorded this once, and then I'm doing that again. Done a little bit of housework, but not really very much. Yeah, I don't know where my day's gone. Oh, I did some stitching yesterday as well. My Totoro, I did stitch on that. I need to do some stitching today, which I'm going to stitch them in this one. So I need to fit that in at some point. I've got a little bit more housework to do, but mostly I'm just going to be trying to chill out. And I've decided to start doing a wheel again, because I'm sitting here after I had made the recording, and then I watched it back and I was like listening to it, and while I was doing that I was also thinking, well, what can I actually work on today? And I couldn't think, because I've had too much sleep, my brain's not really working. But obviously because I'm sleeping because I'm tired, which is also why my brain's not working. So this is what we have for the wheel. So on here we have Alfie's blanket, a pig. Now, if you've been watching for a little while, you might remember I was making an amigurumi pig design, and I haven't touched it. I've got the legs done, I've got the arms done, and I've got about half the body done, and I haven't touched it in such a long time, but I really want to get that finished. That's for Alfie, but it's also a design that I'm doing myself, so I do want to get that done. And I came across it the other day and I was like, oh my god, I haven't even looked at that in so long. So that's now on here. My storm socks, Morticia, which is the pink jumper that I'm making. I've put the heart shawl on here because I have started that. I showed it in Vlogmas. I've done barely anything on it already. It's like a feely crochet shawl with lots of hearts going up in it. I'm using a sheepie's whirl. Diamond painting, my diamond dragon, which I think I also showed in FlossTube. And again, I want to be making time to be doing things like that, and sew some bags. So those are the things. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I've got 7 things on here, and whichever thing I'm going to pick, it's not going to be the only thing that I do in the day, but that's going to be the main thing that I do in the day. And I want to get a significant chunk of each thing done before I move on to anything else. And it just takes the pressure off me having to think about what I want to work on that day, because sometimes I can get a little bit overwhelmed, and then I end up just executive dysfunction is what it's called, where your brain is just like, I want to do the thing, I need to do the thing, but I can't do the thing. And that's what I'm finding happening today. So the wheel will help. So let's spin the wheel and see what we're working on today. Storm socks. Okay, that's actually quite handy. So, because these are done in repeats, what I want to do today is at least 1 repeat on the leg. Right. That is what I'm going to work on today. I had moved these from... Ooh, a bit tangled there. I had moved these from my DPNs, onto the, see, I'm forgetting now because I've already recorded this and already said about this. I've moved these onto my magic loop needles because the ones that I did have on these needles are frogged and had the syncopation socks in here, but they're 72 stitches, and I thought 72 stitches is the only size to come in. I thought the 72 stitches was because the pattern would like pull them in a little bit, and I normally do like a 64 stitch, and they were just coming out massive. I'd done about half the foot and they were huge, so I frogged them and I put these on here, which is much easier because my DP ends are not very sharp, and one of the stitches on this is a knit 3 together, and sharp needles are very helpful for that. So this is the yarn that I'm using for it. It's a discreet unicorn. I'm going to focus, and it's called Summer Fruits. Yeah. And it's a 75 merino, 20% nylon and 5% silver stellina. And as you can see, you probably not see the sparkle in it, but it's got all these like pinks and blues and purples and things. It's very pretty. It's very soft. It's lovely to work with. Discreet Unicorn does amazing yarn. So I will be doing a repeat on these today, and I'm just going to continue spinning the wheel, and yeah, I'll see how I get on with that. It might not work as well as it does on my floss tube, but we'll see. We'll see how I get on with it. I like not having to make decisions about things sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes it's nice just to be like, yeah, I don't need to think about that. So the wheel will get it done. Also, because I know from using the wheel on my floss tube, if I spin something up, then I absolutely feel like I have to work on that. Whereas if I'm just like, well, these are the things that I want to get done today, I do have a tendency to procrastinate and not everything will get done. I have a list, but I get very sidetracked. So this might make me a little more productive. Okay. Right, it is 10 to 1, so I'm going to go and get some lunch. I'm going to go and get a coffee, see if I can wake my brain up a little bit. And I'm going to work on my socks. Whee! And hopefully get... what have I done with... Oh my gosh. I made a little pouch for my camera as well this morning. That's what I've done instead of doing something I was supposed to do. Is I made a little pouch to put my camera in. I'm gonna go. Right, I'll be back. I might be back later on today. If not, it'll be tomorrow, where I'll be spinning the wheel again. Okay, bye. Hello, good morning. It's Wednesday. It's the 22nd of January. It's 6:30 in the morning. Couldn't sleep, decided to get up and start doing stuff. So I've been and recorded my floss tube already, so I know what I'm working on for that today. I'm working, can't really see much, but it's that. It's a big full coverage piece that I'm doing. So yeah, I'm going to try and get a bit of that done before school starts. And yesterday I actually did another repeat on my socks, which I'm quite happy about. So these are the Stormseeker socks by Kelly Menzies. I'm really sorry for the light as well. I've got the big light on, but it's 6:30 in the morning, so we have no natural light. But these are the Stormseeker socks by Kelly Menzies. They're lovely. The yarn I'm using is by Discreet Unicorn. Are we focusing? And it's called Summer Fruits. I don't even know if it's focusing. Maybe. I think that's focusing. It's hard to tell because I've got a tiny little screen this size. So it's quite hard to tell sometimes if things are focusing or not. Yeah, it's called Summer Fruits. It is 75% merino, 20% nylon and 5% silver stellina. It is lovely. I am enjoying it very much. It's got a white base and it's all creams and blues, pinks and blues and purples, and it is very, very nice. I'm doing magic loop on 2.5mm needles, and yeah, it's awesome. It's nice. It's got a much longer cuff. Normally I only do like 10 or 12 rows for a cuff, and this one's longer, but I quite like it, I think. It's also going to be, I never normally do cuff down, I normally do toe up. And I normally do a fish lips kiss heel. So this should be interesting. I've not actually looked to see what kind of heel is in the pattern. I've not got that far yet. But I think I've got, excuse me, I think I've got 2 more repeats on the leg to do. And then I will be starting the heel. They are part of the cowl that she's running, the Cozy Toes cowl. So originally, I'm looking for somewhere to put this now. Originally it was meant to have been done by the end of January, but it's now changed. So they need to be done by the end of February. I think I'm also going to try and enter them in the Soxy and You Know It, which is being run by Little Lycac, who I mentioned yesterday because she's actually done a collaboration with Kelly. Little Lycac is Amanda, and she's done a collaboration with Kelly from Rural and Kate, who that sock pattern's from. And the next sock pattern on the list is one that's just been released. I can't remember, it's frosted something. My camera battery is flashing at me. So yeah, that's, if you go and have a look on their Instagram. I'm going to spin quickly, find out what I'm working on today. Morticia. Okay, let's grab that. She's in my basket. So this is Morticia. If you have been here before, you will have seen the never-ending Morticia. She's not really massively exciting to look at because it's just a big old sock and stitch body. This is how far I've got on the sleeve. So yeah, hopefully I'll get a decent amount done on the sleeve today. This is going to be my focus piece. The yarn I'm using is this one. It's Stylecraft Recreate. It's a recycled yarn. It's 40% wool, 30% acrylic and 30% polyester. There we go. And the yardage on it is crazy. It's 350 metres or 383 yards. But knits up perfectly to a DK weight, and it's got all these like little, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, like little flecks through it, little flecks of colour. It's something rose, this colourway. Oh no, it's just rose. I always forget to say what the colour is. There you go. That's the colourway. Right. So that's that. What else happened yesterday? I finished my book. I finished Fat Chance by Nick Spalding. That was really good, especially because I'm doing a weight loss thing at the minute. It was very appropriate. It was hilarious, but it was very real for someone who is trying to lose weight. So I definitely recommend that. I've started listening to Filthy Rich Vampires, and I'm deciding what I want to read next as like my physical book. What else? Other than that, I've just been catching up on a bit of YouTube. I'm so far behind. Catching up on a bit of housework. Again, so far behind. I'm trying to list a bunch of stuff on Vinted because I'm feeling very overwhelmed with all the stuff that I have right now. So I'm going to list a bunch of stuff on Vinted and try. Because I also need to get a new car, which is not fun. Trying to buy a car when you know nothing about cars is not easy, and especially because I got burned so badly the last time. I'm very, very wary now. But, right, camera battery is really flashing at me now, so I'm going to go. I'll be back either later on today or tomorrow, and I will be working on Morticia for today. I'll be working on other things, but Morticia is going to be my main thing that I'm going to work on. Okay, right, speak to you later, bye bye. Hello, good morning. It is Thursday, it's the 23rd of January, which is crazy. Like, how is January going so quickly? It's almost at the end already. It is 6:30 in the morning. Been up for a little while, I've been up and had some coffee and some breakfast, and now I'm ready to start the day. So we're sitting in a weird place this morning. I don't know, I just decided to sit here. So, what did I get up to yesterday? Yesterday was some stitching. I worked on my Morticia, which I'll show you in a minute. And after that, mostly, I took the kids shopping after school. Had to go and get Alfie some new trainers. And got Kaelin a new bag. Apparently, zipped rucksacks are now not fashionable. And they want, like, satchel type things, you know, where it's like the tube that folds over at the top and then it clips. Apparently this is what the kids want now. So we had to go and get him a new, we want to get him a new school bag because he wants a more fashionable one. We were getting him a school bag because he's like ripped all the pocket, you know, the pocket that they put the water bottle in at the side. He's had his bag for that long that it's now ripped, so it's weird. Like, I've never really been into this whole get the kids a new school bag every year thing, like just for the sake of starting a new year. So they just get new stuff when it needs replaced, and his needed replaced, so we got a new one. You know, so, oh, sorry, Lilith, don't knock the camera. Don't knock the camera. Oh dear. So yeah, we did that, and then we pretty much just had time to come home, eat, and then because the kids go to their dad's every 2 weeks at the weekend, on the in-between week, on the Wednesday and Thursday night, they have a games night. So that was pretty much that. I just went and played World of Warcraft with my boyfriend, and the kids had a games night with their dads. So yeah, that was the entire evening. Let's see, once they were done with that, I pretty much chilled out, watched telly for a little bit, carried on watching Game of Thrones. I picked a book. I started, it's called The Lost Bookshop. Lilith, no, you're not climbing on me. No! Come on, up. She's being weird because I'm talking to someone that's not her. You're being a pest. Thank you. Good girl. Oh dear. Okay, so yesterday I spun up Morticia on my wheel, and I'm working on the sleeve for it. I even remembered to put a stitch marker in. Are you helping? And this is how much I got done. These are, I don't think I mentioned this, these are 4mm needles. And I just got them on like a short circular for doing the sleeves, because the sleeve is just straight sleeve, and then you do like a rapid decrease at the end, and it's supposed to have like a really long cuff on it. So this hem is 12 rows, and the cuff is supposed to be 24 rows, I think. So we'll see how I like the look of that. I might end up, because I have changed some other stuff in it, and I'm not doing the mesh sleeves, I've not done any of the shaping. We'll see how I feel. But yeah, it was nice to get a bit of that done. I can sit and read while I'm doing that. Can you read and knit at the same time? I can't read and crochet unless I'm doing like a granny stitch, but even then I have to look every so often when I get to corners and things. But if it's just like plain stockinette knitting, or even I can do ribbon or purling, because I knit English style, so like I'm a thrower, so I'll knit like that, because that's how I got taught. I keep trying continental. I've tried it a few times on that, but I can't get into it at all. It just doesn't seem to work in my brain for some reason. Right, let's have a wee look and see what we're doing today. The pig. So this is Alfie's little pig. It's not a little pig. It's Alfie's pig that I was designing. He wanted an emotional support pig. And if you have been around, you will have seen it. State of this. Excuse me, missus. I'm trying to record a video here. Like, how can you take that seriously? This is my scary guard dog. I had been designing an amigurumi pig for Alfie because he asked for an emotional support pig. And I got as far as, I wanted it quite chunky but long. So it's got the legs, the arms and half the body done at the moment. So I will go and pull that out and yeah, get some work done on that. If Mrs. will let me. I need to go and get the kids up for school soon as well. So that'll be the peace and quiet gone. Now they're not too bad in the mornings, to be fair. Usually they just get up and get ready for school by themselves and have breakfast and then sit and chill out for a bit before it's time to go. It's still like really dark at this time in the morning. But by the time we leave like just after 8 and it's starting to get quite light then. Ooh. Right, I'm going to go and have some more coffee and enjoy the last little bit of time before the kids get up and the last little bit of time before the work day starts. Okay, I'll be back and I will see you tomorrow. Or maybe later today. I don't know, I've not been very good at recording at night times. Oh, I've not been very good at recording like later on in the day. So we'll see. I keep forgetting. That will come as absolutely no surprise to anybody who's ever watched. Okay, I'm gonna go. I'll speak to you later. Bye bye. So I've taken the stuff out my my little project bag that it was in, and this is what we have. I kept the hook in there. I'm quite impressed with myself. I kept the hook in there, so I'm using a 3mm hook. I've got my yarn in there. I'm using Paintbox Simply Aran in this colour. Are we focusing? There we go. And I think I've already used one ball and I've got another ball here. So as you can see, we've got the legs, we've joined the legs, and this is like the bum shaping. So we need to do some more of the body. We have arms to attach at some point. So yeah, I just need to work on the body shaping, attach the arms, and then do his head and his face, his ears, his snout. Just, you know, minor stuff. So I've not actually looked at my notes yet in my my little crochet book. So we shall see. And the dog started drinking her water. I'm sorry if you can hear that. Of course you can hear it. It's ridiculously loud. Okay, so this is what we're working on today. Let's see how it goes. Hello, how are you? It's Friday. So today is the last day of vlogs for the week. And yeah, it's been fun. I've enjoyed it. Let me know what you think. Do you prefer it done in this format where I do little snippets every day? Or do you prefer it in the longer form? Let me move you slightly. Do you prefer it in the longer form, one big weekly video kind of format? So I like doing both. I have enjoyed doing this. I enjoy spinning the wheel. It's the same format as I use on my floss tubes. So yeah, I know that I was going to enjoy it, but it depends what would you rather watch, because I do enjoy doing both. So let me know what you think in the comments. Yesterday I didn't get very much done. I did my hair. My hair is now all the same colour again. I hadn't actually realised how bad my hair had faded until like the other day when I was recording, and yeah, yesterday was the first time that I had a chance to get it done. So the hair, took quite a while yesterday, but also I ended up doing so much admin work, because admin is not necessarily a massively time consuming or difficult part of my day until it goes wrong. And then as soon as it goes wrong, it takes me so long to fix things sometimes. But everything is fine now and everything is good. I just didn't get an awful lot of crafting time. I managed to do a tiny little bit of stitching, but not very much. And I did the tiniest bit of crochet, but also not very much. I spun the wheel yesterday and got the pig, which is a design that I'm making. And I think I should have put in a little clip of where I am on it. And it doesn't look much different, to be honest. I've done about 4 rows. I've got my little dangly. See, current me is very impressed with past me, because I actually had the foresight to put a little stitch marker on to keep my last stitch. I'm very impressed with myself. I've got this, I've got the right hooks in the bag, the notebook is in there, everything's in there. It took me a while to decipher what I was actually talking about on the pattern. Sorry if that shook the camera there. Yeah, past me took quick notes, I'm assuming based on the I will remember it theory. And yeah, if you're ever going to write patterns, don't assume that you're going to remember things, because it never happened. And especially in cases like this where it's been months. I can't remember what I had for breakfast this morning. I can't remember if I had breakfast this morning. So the chances of me remembering things that I did to a crochet pattern several months ago, I don't know why. I don't know why I seem to think I can hold this information in my head, because clearly I can't. So yeah, I didn't get very much done on that yesterday at all. I'm going to try and maybe get a bit done on it over the weekend, but I'm going to see. I'm going to spin up for what I'm going to work on today, and then what I'm going to work on over the weekend, and I'll see what everybody thinks about this format. I'll start recording vlogs again on Monday. I'll just do Monday to Friday, the same as I do for my floss tube, and if it turns out people like it, then great, I will carry on doing that. If people prefer like the other way, then it doesn't really matter, I'll just delete the vlogs. So let's have a wee look. Let's turn the volume down first. Let me see, what are we going to be working on? The heart shawl. Right. This I have barely started. It's a no, that's the wrong basket. It's a filet crochet shawl. Don't have it here. And I wonder if I can show you on my phone actually. It's a Ravelry pattern, and I had started doing it. I mean, there's no point in me even showing it because there's barely anything there. Let me see if I can find it. There we go. So there is a YouTube video for this as well. Is that going to work? Sort of. There you go. So this is the shawl, and you start at the bottom and then work. Oh gosh, right, we're doing all kinds of weird now. Hello, I'll be back. It is by Jolie Knits. So what I'll do is, when I link this down below, I will link the Ravelry pattern, and I'll link the YouTube video for the people who... It was uploaded in January 2020, so it's been around for a while. I'm using a Sheepy's cake thing. Oh, my brain. Sheepy's Whirl. Sheepy's Whirl, there you go. In pinks, shockingly enough. And yeah, I've done barely any of it. I think I might have maybe done the first heart, but probably not even that much. So I'll get working on that. I think I showed you it. I can't remember if it was in another podcast or if it was over Vlogmas. I can't even remember the last time I worked on it. Yeah, I had started loads of stuff and then not been able to do it because I was so ill over December, so I can't even remember last time I've worked on a lot of things. It'll be fine. And apart from that, it's almost lunchtime. Yeah, it's like 10 to 12, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to try and get these off the camera and onto the computer so I can get everything edited together for you. I'm currently uploading my floss tube, so I'll get this edited together while that's uploading. And then I'll get this one uploaded. And for the weekend, our plans are going out the window because we were meant to be going for a hike and we can't because there's another severe weather warning in place. We've had so many storms over the last couple of months, it's crazy. We've got another one, and because the place that we were going to hike to, because I don't have the car now, so we have to go places that are in walking distance, and there's a place near me where it's like a wooded area, and we were going to go for a hike up there. However, it's now been cordoned off. You're not allowed to go up there because of the wind warnings, which is just craziness. So yeah, we're going to have to find stuff to do in the house. We want to do a little bit of baking. The kids want to make some cakes and some cookies. Kaelin wants to make some scones. So yeah, looks like it's going to be a baking weekend, so we'll see how much crafting I get done as well. And yeah, hope everybody has a lovely weekend. And let me know what you think of the formats. And I'm going to go. I will be back next week. There was something else I was going to say and I can't remember what it was. I don't know. Right, I'm going to go, I'm sure. If it's something important I remember, I'll tag it on to the end of this. It's probably nothing important. So I will see you next week. Okay, bye-bye.